Hi, this is Elizabeth Hawkins, and it's time for the first part of my healing project for ICSR 525. So, my project is about how I personally have used creativity through poetry and art as a way of healing mostly my own self, and how I have sometimes used this to spread healing among others. For example, giving a friend who is sick a homemade get well card or just a funny doodle. I have done that a couple times actually, but sadly I don't have copies of those cards to show for the class. Also, for my project, I'm going to connect that healing with the natural world. Most of my healing art and poems have to deal with something in nature or about my individual self. There will also be several references to Druidism, and I promise to explain them or give you links to Druid web pages. But I just want to let you know that Druidism is a nature-based religion, and I may not be a full Druid. I'm somewhere between Christian and Druid, but Druidism has given me ways in which to heal and reflect by reconnecting with the natural world. It's for these reasons that I've titled my project Creative Healing and Connection Through Poetry and Art. My project is going to lead up to one big collection of poems and art in a booklet, which I'll show on VoiceThread at the end of the semester, or YouTube or whatever. So for now, I'll share what I've created up to this point and how it connects to class. The first piece is a colored picture I've drawn. It's a picture I drew for one of my undergraduate professors who was diagnosed with breast cancer. I wouldn't be the poet or writer I am today without her encouragement and influence, so she's very important to me. She had to get surgery done the week of Valentine's Day. Isn't that a great Valentine's Day present? Thankfully, they caught it soon enough that one or two surgeries should remove it. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't heard anything from her except that she was getting the surgery. Anyway, I wanted to make her something to help keep her spirits high through this traumatic time in her life. I decided on a cherry blossom over a cup of tea, and it's called cherry blossom tea. Cherry blossoms symbolize the beauty of life and the renewal of springtime, and I picked a teacup because my professor loves drinking herbal tea and always offered to share it with her students whenever they came to visit her office. Herbal tea has always been a sort of home healing remedy for ailments and common symptoms of diseases. Sometimes before bed, I personally will have a small cup of peppermint herbal tea. Peppermint tea has a very soothing effect and can also be used to settle an upset stomach. It's also supposed to be a good immunity boost. Cherry blossoms are also very iconic of healing, too, due to their association with springtime, which is the season when nature itself begins anew the process of healing itself after the harsh coldness of winter. I think that cherry blossoms are very hopeful, too. Despite their extremely short lifespan, cherry blossoms seem very strong and are arguably some of the most beautiful plants in nature. Learning from the cherry blossom, even though we know how short life can be, we can still make it beautiful and become strong individuals. I mean, look at Jensen or Allison. I mean, no matter the hardship or trauma and tragedies, and I mean, look at how strong they became despite the pains they've endured. It's very similar to the cherry blossom lesson. The second piece I wanted to share is another drawing done in the middle of the night, a spiraling sparrow. I tried meditating to find out why I felt so restless and couldn't sleep, probably because I forgot my tea. I ended up coming out of my meditation with the urge to draw a bird, no, a sparrow. Sparrows are symbolic of community, creativity, friendliness, joy, productivity, and simplicity. She, the sparrow, is also a reminder that idle hands and minds, according to the Druids, should be avoided to live a full, healthy life. And I believe it was Buddha who said that foolish people are idle, wise people are diligent. Sparrow also teaches us to think outside the box and to be creative when problem solving. To heal, I think it is necessary to learn from the sparrow. Think outside what is deemed standard or normal. Step outside your comfort zone and flex your creative brain power. We all have that potential, but we need to be brave and take that first step. Otherwise, we might not be able to begin that spiral outward into the world. The third piece is a poem titled Open Up. I'll read it for you. I didn't post it up here, but open up to me like the blooming flower. Don't hide from it or you'll slowly wither. Open up to me like the pages of a book. The scars are deep, I can tell with one look. Open up to me like a hole to mend. There's people who love you, don't otherwise pretend. Open up to me, please do, because that shell will surely suffocate you. Open up to me so I can save you. Why? Why? Because I care about you. I'm always nervous when reading my own poetry. It's a strange fear that I have. When I read it aloud, it'll sound weirder than it is. Maybe that means I need to read my poetry out loud more often. Anyway, it was both Allison and my classmates that inspired this poem in a way. I wrote this again late at night while drinking some fruit-flavored tea. I actually had begun thinking of flowers, and then my mind began to wonder about this image of opening up. That's when I remembered Jackie's post on opening up to others about the horrible suffering in our own past. I started picturing in my head an individual that most likely represents Allison and people like her who have been deeply scarred by their pasts, and a group of people surrounding them as the ground rises up and closes around them. Get out, I screamed in my head. It's okay to open up. You aren't alone, and you never have to be. Nobody needs to face hardships or suffering by themselves. That is the greatest power of healing. Sure, healing can be powerful on the individual level, but healing can be at its most potent when you have people around you who understand, care, and will support you no matter what. So I dedicated this poem for those people who need that opening up period to heal from their pains. And this last piece is another poem titled Feel, and it's a bit darker. So here it is. I can't think. Pain ripping away. It's ripping, tearing. Oh God, it hurts! Blood. No. The wounds bite at my flesh. They tear like wild animals that just won't go away. No one reaches out, listens. Why? Can they not see? No. No! Shut up! No, it's not okay, damn it! Can't forget. Can't think. I can't feel. I seem to get many of my creative ideas at night, because that's when this poem demanded it to be brought into existence. The title may or may not need work. If anyone has any ideas, please comment and let me know. I welcome criticism. Anyway, Feel came as a result of a dream I had. I was being chased down and attacked by a shadowy figure. I couldn't see the face and couldn't tell how big they were. It was just a very generalized, shadowy figure. This is very odd because I've never been attacked or mugged or anything like that, you know, knock on wood. I see this poem as a way of attempting to see what others see, an attempt as a poet to connect to the hurt people have felt. As a person, I want to connect, to empathize with others, share the burden of their pain and fear in order to heal them. To me, healing is something that I want to share and give to others, more so than myself. I'm one of those people that puts others before me. I'll share what I have, even if I have very little to start with, just because I know of someone that has even less than I do, because I want to help heal that other person. Poetry and art help me express myself, help me connect with everything and everyone around me. I want to pick nature symbols for each of my pieces to demonstrate that, even though we don't think of our connection with nature, it's still there. We've become so used to the silencing world that Jensen referred to that we don't believe we're one with nature anymore. I think differently. I believe nature is, aside from the obvious resources we use, still part of what and who we are. She can provide us with so much comfort, and we learn from her signs how to heal and, like the herbs, take what we need to heal and relax. Meditation provides another opportunity for healing as well, because you get to go inward inside yourself and slowly spiral outward and connect to everything around you. And it's also something that I hope to continue to pursue. Since class began, I've been trying to meditate twice a week to be with my thoughts. Druids meditate for this exact reason. Sadly, because of the cold weather and the snow and the rain, I haven't been able to go outside to meditate like the Druids do. Once it gets warmer, I want to meditate outside. Maybe then I can compare that to meditating inside and see if there's any difference. And maybe there may even be a difference in the pieces I create for the parts 2 and 3.